Hello and welcome to Kakaki Sports. I am Simbi Shima. It's a beautiful Monday morning and we're looking forward to an exciting week as we enter the final and last week of the National Sport Festival, the 22nd edition, right here in Ogun State. Well, before we get into the analysis and discussions of events that we've seen in the past week, let's quickly now roll you through some of the events that we witnessed as we prepare to kick off another week. I told you earlier we're going to get into the analysis and the discussions as we prepare for a fresh and new week in the sports festival. Well, joining me to do all of that this morning is ace journalist and the fine one at that, talking about Oge Madu. Good morning and welcome to Kakaki Sports.
Thank you so much, Brenda. Thank you for having me.
All right, quickly. You saw some of the games as well. You're here covering the events as a journalist. Let's start with what you saw. Which of the events did you witness and your observation and your takeaways from the event?
So far, it's been a beautiful outing, a good host. I mean, from the state, Ogun State, they've set the standard high, hoping for the best in the next one. But looking at what I've witnessed so far, especially, recently from athletics, it's a really wonderful sight to see. See the para-athletics. It goes beyond sport. It tells you that there is a possibility in every disability. I love that. I love the feeling, when I think it was Osun State and Ogun State, an athlete from Ogun State, when she finished first, she was like, oh, thank you. And I felt that, trust me, this is beyond sport and I love it here.
Right. They're talking about athletics, athletes training and, preparations ahead of tournament. Let's quickly, play you this clip from the press conference that was held with the sports commission chairman talking about Shehu Diko, who actually addressed some of these issues, the issues of, preparing athletes and also the expectations for the National Sport Festival as we make progress.
It's not about winning, it's about participating and it's about getting the right platform to train our athletes for the future. So we are not just looking at the numbers here. At the end of the day, the table we are doing in-house is to look at the numbers, for example, in the athletes, the numbers we are getting for this tournament, and what is the African record saying, and what is the world record saying of those particular sports. So we can now have an idea, okay, if we take these athletes in the next 2 years and we give them the support, or the athletes we give her the support, can they be able to meet up to these numbers going forward? That's the kind of strategic thinking that we are putting on this table to do that at the end of the day so we can plan properly.
Now, okay, the chairman, you've heard him. He's talked about the preparations for athletes like you pointed out in your observation. And also he talked about the National Sport Festival moving forward, how they're preparing, making plans, to set a standard date so that to avoid the whole postponement and also how the quality and, organization will change moving forward. Do you think Enugu is hosting the next one?
Yeah.
Do you think Enugu State will surpass or should surpass what Ogun State has done? Are you expecting Enugu to do that? That should be my question. That is my question.
Yeah, the question, I think it should be the high standard that has been set by Ogun State because it's visible. You can see it. Even the blind can see it, how it is cool and calm here. Everything well said.
No fighting yet.
No. I asked the question today at the press briefing. Why I've not heard any buzzwords, but come on, we don't support that yet. But yes, coming back to your question, it's been a high standard being set by Ogun State. So we are only hoping that Enugu will do even better because there are no perfect event hosts anywhere. I can tell you that for free. But it's been good so far from Ogun. I am hoping and praying for a better hosting from the next state, that Enugu State. Enugu State is one of the states that I've visited, I've been to. I know they will deliver.
As an Indigbo girl.
I, of course, period.
All right, okay, we'll keep our fingers crossed for Enugu State, but when that time comes, we will get Oge. If should they drop the standard, let me know what she will say at that time. But now, still talking about the National Sport Festival, let's move away from the athletes and the events now to other issues. We also caught up with the secretary of the local organizing committee, talking about Tando Kweku, where he spoke on plans for maintenance of the beautiful structure, like Oge rightly pointed out, that we've seen here in terms of sporting structure in Ogun State. So let's take a listen to that before Oge reacts to his statement.
His Excellency Governor Dapo Abiodun, I think about 2-3 weeks ago when he had a parley with the media, spoke about the creating a sports economy for Ogun State. And this economy is tied around the facilities that have been provided. Already he has put in motion a team that are already exploring how to ensure and maximize this sports economy that he's spoken about. And one of the things that the facilities that are put in place has come up with again is the fact that already, even before the festival started, Ogun State has already won the bid to host the under-18 and under-20 Athletics Federation Championships in July because of the quality of the track that is there. Also, the NFF has awarded the hosting of the friendly game. I think it's the Super Falcons friendly game against the Lionesses of Cameroon on the 3rd of June. And also the WAFU Under-17 Women's Championships, WAFU B, is going to be hosted here in September. So already events, you create that economy around sporting events. And that's the idea that His Excellency Governor Dapo Abiodun has put out, and not just put out, but it's already set up a team to begin to work on that.
What do you think else can be done about maintenance and keeping the structure in use?
Yes, having the under-18 and under-20 coming here, championship coming here to make use of these facilities, I think it's a welcome development because if you ask me, it is not about hosting an event, it's not about hosting the festival, it's about what happens to these facilities afterwards. So I would also advise that there are schools who might also be needing these facilities, to grow, to build, and to have the future athletes. So it will be fine or good you have them come in, make use of these facilities so they don't decay, they don't get bad. These are beautiful, fine equipment, facilities that has been placed here. They should be in use.
Constant use, indeed. They should be in constant use. And we hope that the Ogun State government will listen to Oge and begin to, ask schools or should allow school. I know how government properties can be sometimes, but we hope that this will be a different case for Ogun State because they have spent money to put this together, and it will be sad that in the coming 2 years or 3 years, it is nothing to write home about. But we trust the state and we trust the leadership of the Sports Commission to do something and not to allow Nigeria's money to be wasted. But now let's not go off the show without talking about the medal table. Yes, that is one of the talks around town. The medal table is looking interesting as the festival enters its final week. Top contenders, the likes of Delta, Bayelsa, Ogun, also Rivers, I beg your pardon, in third place, and Ogun State, the whole state, in fourth place, all vying for the number one spot. But okay, do you think it's all about the number one spot right now as it stands on the medal table?
Yeah, it is not about who finishes first, second, or third. It's not about who has the most gold, or silver, or bronze. It's about how you did it. It's about the record being broken. It's about the timing. All right. So you have, events, being stated out there for Africa, for the world. So you know that these athletes are not just wasting their time here. You have a good record breaking, into your name. You go out there, represent Nigeria in the world stage. So it's not about finishing first with the highest number of gold. It's about what record that we are being broken and how you can be able to represent the country on the world stage.
Indeed, about how you are able to represent the country, because the core value of this festival is to discover talent and catch them young. So we hope that at the end of the day, talents will be discovered that could represent Nigeria on the global stage. But quickly, okay. What are your predictions? We're now in the final week. Your predictions of who you think is taking this one. Is Delta retaining the title, or is Bayelsa coming for the crown?
It is funny how if each time I've been asked about the medal table, I cannot mention the two states that are most dear to me. Imo State, my state, and FCT, where I work. But of course, Brenda, it is getting tougher, all right? Just from nowhere, you see Delta coming up to drop the likes of Bayelsa. That were up there from the first week, and now we see Delta dominating and staying top of the medal table. I think from what it is looking like right now, it's a wide margin between the first and the second place. So
gold medal.
Get types of gold medal. So I think Delta for me.
Team Delta is up for the victory for Oge, but for me, I was like always say, I belong to no one and I belong to everyone. Let the best team and the best state win. Yeah. Well, that's how we should be. Diplomatic is the word.
Okay,
actually.
okay.
All right. But anyways, quickly, okay, I just noticed that you were actually wearing a dire. Oh, you went to the market before me.
No, we came here together. But yeah, of course, Brenda, like I said, yeah, Ogun State, beautiful city, particularly the Abeokuta. One of the things that I fancy is the Adire, and you can see, I'm already in the market, and yes, I like it, I love it, and I would get more.
All right, indeed. I promised you I'll be coming back with Adire. Of course, after seeing Oge with this, I will be going to the market to get more Adire for myself. So I expect to see a lot of me Adire on the news when I come back. Well, thank you so much for being a part of the show this morning.
Thank you for having me, Brenda.
All right, indeed. That's our package on Kakaki Sports. My name remains Simbishima. Kakaki continues.